Sadly, this kind of thing happens all the time. Another story about escrow fraud. And what is escrow fraud? If you're buying or selling a house, you have to be very, very careful because you're talking big numbers being exchanged. If you're a buyer, you're putting your down payment into the marketplace. If you're a seller, you have settlement funds coming to you. And that process is a target for scammers and fraudsters. Here's an example again of a buyer of a house that lost their entire life savings through escrow fraud. How does it work? Well, when you buy a house, you do a contract and you sign saying, I'm going to buy this house for $500,000, $400,000, whatever. And then it goes into escrow. There's a title company that processes this deal. Now, it's an easy thing to prevent this kind of scam. It's an easy fraud to prevent. It's very simple. It takes 5 minutes, and you can keep this from happening forever. And even realtors and brokers can step in and keep this from happening. But what happens is scammers or fraudsters or hackers get a hold of the email of the buyer and seller, and it's easy to do. When the house goes for sale, it's public. It's in Zillow, right? So they can hack into the email of the title company, of the realtor, of an insurance company, even of the buyer and seller, and they will send them an email that says, look, this is XYZ title company. Wire your money for your down payment to our account number 1234, whatever it is, at Chase Bank. And so they got an email that looks official. It's got the logos, it's got the address, it's got all the information, and it says wire your money here. So you wire your down payment. Next thing you know, your title company is calling you and saying, hey, you got to wire your down payment. Well, I already did. Well, we never got it. Well, it turns out that email was from a hacker. You wired your money to some hacker, not to your title company. And it's gone. Title company can't do anything. You can't do anything. Can't get it back. It's gone money. There's no insurance for this. There's no recovering from this. The police can't do anything about it. Yeah, you could do an investigation and maybe try to track it down, but it costs a lot of money to do that. So how do you prevent it? Well, it's real simple. Anytime you do a real estate transaction, or any large transaction for that matter, if you're going to wire money, get the wiring instructions directly from the company that you're wiring it to. If it's a title company, get it from them over the phone, or better yet, in person. Walk into the door of that escrow company, have them give you a printout of their wiring instructions that they hand you on paper, face to face. Or if it's by phone, you write it down, right? Or if you have to get it by email, that's fine. But here's what you do first before you wire your entire down payment. Send a small wire transfer test amount, $50, $20, $100 even, to the wiring instructions. Send a small amount, then contact that title company directly by phone or in person, not by email. Call them up on the phone. Get their number, not from your email. Get it from their website. Get it from Google. Get the phone number for your title company from an alternate source than this email. In case the email is a hack, you want to get it from another source. So you call up the title company and you say, hey, did you get my wire transfer for $100 or $50? Yep, we got it. Good. Now you know that that wiring instruction is correct. Then you go back to your bank and say, wire my down payment, whatever it is, to the same place it was before. Don't change any numbers. Don't re-enter it. Tell them to send it to the same place. Now you know it's going to the correct destination. It's not going to some overseas account or some hacker in a basement in Florida somewhere, right? It's going to your title company. That way you won't lose your entire down payment. Think about it. You've saved all this time for a down payment for a house. That's probably all or most of your money because that's where you're going to put it. And now it's all gone. It's easy to avoid. If you're a realtor, how can you avoid this? You can instruct your clients on how to do this. On the website, you'll see on the screen, there's a form that you can use as a notice to give to your buyers. You can even give it to your sellers because your seller might be also instructed to give them wiring instructions. If you're a title company, same thing. You want to notify everybody to make sure you're not going to lose money on this deal. So if you're at all involved with any real estate transactions at all, mortgage broker, title company, real estate agent, get this information to your clients as soon as possible. Use our link. There's a form on there you can give out as a notice. It'll walk them through that process. If you're a title company, let them know. Be very, very careful for emails. This is a rampant fraud in the real estate industry, and title companies and title agents, escrow companies, need to watch out for this, because even though it's not really your problem, if your buyers are being hacked, it's going to put them in a bad position, because they may have moved out from their prior house already, moved out from their apartment, and this is all their money. And if they sold their old home, this is the money from that house, so now they may be homeless. So you want to help them avoid this if possible, and maybe make it a best practice for your agency or your company, so you can help your clients avoid disaster and not have any liability.